I think the relationship between Philippines and China is a troubled one, but I think it's very important for the Philippines as a country.
Why does the world keep getting countries wrong? Take the Philippines, for example. It's a nation full of color, culture, and resilience. Yet it's often boxed into the same old stereotypes. Too often, the story people hear is incomplete. And according to Kishore Mahbubani, that misunderstanding runs deeper than most realize. Mahbubani isn't just offering an opinion, he's speaking from decades of global experience. As a former ambassador for Singapore to the United Nations and a respected academic, his perspective carries weight. And what he says about the Philippines might surprise you. Here's the problem. When the world looks at the Philippines, it tends to focus on the negatives. Natural disasters, political tensions, poverty. Turn on the news, and you'll likely see typhoons, earthquakes, or political headlines dominating the narrative. But that's only part of the story. Mahbubani argues that this narrow view completely misses what truly defines the Philippines, the strength and spirit of its people. Because when disaster hits, and it often does, Filipinos don't just endure it. They rise. Communities come together. Neighbors rebuild side by side. Life moves forward, even when resources are limited. It's not just survival, it's resilience in action. And there's something even more powerful underneath it all. Filipinos carry a kind of optimism that's hard to shake. They adapt, they innovate, and they find ways to turn setbacks into opportunities. Even in the face of economic challenges or limited infrastructure, they push forward, driven by determination and creativity. That's the story the world often misses. And it matters. Because the Philippines isn't just a place defined by struggle. It's a place defined by potential. A country where resilience meets resourcefulness, and where hope continues to grow despite the odds. If you look closer, you'll see what really sets Filipinos apart: adaptability. Whether it's adjusting to changing economies or finding opportunities overseas, Filipinos have built a reputation for thriving in almost any environment. Just look at the global Filipino community. Around the world, they've become essential in industries like healthcare, education, and service, often working in tough conditions, yet consistently excelling. So maybe it's time to rethink the narrative. The Philippines isn't a story of limitations, it's a story of strength, ingenuity, and unstoppable spirit. And once you see that, you realize the world hasn't been seeing the full picture at all. And yet, as Kishore Mahbubani points out, these powerful traits, strength, resilience, and adaptability, are often overlooked by the world. Why? Because the global narrative about the Philippines tends to zoom in on the negatives: political issues, poverty, and natural disasters. Yes, those challenges are real, but they don't tell the whole story. Not even close. The truth is, the Philippines is far more than its struggles. Time and time again, its people have shown that hardship doesn't break them, it builds them. When typhoons hit or economies dip, Filipinos don't just sit back and endure. They come together, they rebuild, they move forward, stronger than before. And they don't just survive. They find ways to thrive, using creativity, optimism, and whatever resources they have. So why doesn't the world see this? Mahbubani believes it comes down to oversimplification. The Philippines often gets reduced to a few familiar images: beautiful beaches, colorful festivals, or political headlines. While those are real parts of the country, they barely scratch the surface, because beneath that is a deeply layered culture. The Philippines is shaped by centuries of history, indigenous traditions, Spanish rule, and influences from China, the United States, and Japan. The result? A culture that's incredibly rich, diverse, and adaptable. But much of that depth, especially the native heritage, gets overlooked. The country is home to countless languages, traditions, and rituals that reflect its true diversity, yet they rarely get global attention. Even Filipino food tells a story. It's a bold mix of flavors from different cultures, Spanish, Chinese, and local influences, yet it remains underrated on the world stage. The same goes for Filipino music and literature, which carry powerful stories about identity, history, and values, but rarely get the spotlight they deserve. At its core, though, Filipino culture is built on something even stronger: family and community. These aren't just values, they're a way of life. Respect for elders, genuine hospitality, and a deep sense of togetherness shape how people live and support each other. It may not make headlines, but it's what holds the country together, especially in tough times. There's also a rich spiritual side. While the country is largely Catholic, it's home to a wide mix of beliefs. Christian groups, indigenous traditions, and other religions all coexist. This openness reflects something important: the Philippines' ability to adapt while holding on to its identity. And here's something many people still underestimate. The Philippines isn't just culturally rich, it's rising. Its economy has been steadily growing, powered by industries like outsourcing, agriculture, and manufacturing, along with the huge impact of Filipinos working abroad and sending money home. Add a growing middle class, a young workforce, and increasing investments, and you've got a country on the move. Yet somehow it still flies under the radar. But it shouldn't. Because geographically, the Philippines sits in a critical position, right between major powers like China and the United States, and along key trade routes in the South China Sea. That makes it more than just another nation in Southeast Asia. It makes it a key player. So, the next time you think about the Philippines, look beyond the usual headlines. Because what you'll find is a country defined not by its challenges, but by its strength, its culture, and its incredible potential. This puts the Philippines in a surprisingly powerful position, one that goes far beyond its size. Think about it like this. It's sitting right at the crossroads of some of the world's busiest trade routes. In many ways, it's like a gatekeeper for global commerce, helping keep trade flowing and tensions in check. And even though it's smaller than other regional giants, its location gives it a unique edge: the ability to act as a stabilizing force in an increasingly tense world. But that's just part of the story. As a founding member of ASEAN, the Philippines plays a major role in pushing for peace, economic growth, and cooperation across Southeast Asia. Whether it's handling territorial disputes, addressing poverty, or standing up for human rights, the country has consistently stepped up when it matters most. It also serves as a crucial bridge between Western countries and Southeast Asia, connecting trade, security efforts, and cultural exchange in ways that often go unnoticed. And that's exactly the problem. As Kishore Mahbubani points out, the Philippines is often overshadowed by bigger names like China, India, and Japan. The global spotlight rarely lands here, leaving its real influence underestimated and underappreciated. And that's not just unfair, it's a missed opportunity. Because one of the Philippines' greatest strengths isn't just its location or diplomacy, it's its people. Across the world, millions of Filipinos are working in essential industries: healthcare, education, caregiving, and more. From nurses to teachers to skilled workers, they've become the backbone of many economies, known for their dedication, compassion, and resilience. But behind those success stories is a deeper reality. Imagine leaving your home, your family, and everything familiar to work long hours in a completely different country. That's the everyday life for many Filipinos abroad. They push through exhausting schedules, tough conditions, and emotional strain, all while sending money back home to support their loved ones. It's not just physically demanding, it's emotionally heavy too. Being away from family, adjusting to new cultures, and carrying that responsibility isn't easy. And yet, they keep going. Mahbubani highlights that these sacrifices deserve far more recognition than they get. Because Filipinos abroad don't just fill labor gaps, they connect nations, they strengthen economies, and they keep millions of families back home afloat through remittances. Their stories aren't just about work, They're about sacrifice, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to building a better future for themselves and the people they love. And just when you think you've understood the Philippines, there's still more beneath the surface. Let's talk about something that's often misunderstood when it comes to the Philippines. It's politics. From the outside looking in, it's easy to fixate on the headlines: corruption, scandals, and controversial leaders. That's usually what makes the news. But here's the thing, that's only part of the story. And not even the most important part. Because behind those headlines is a country that's been fighting, growing, and pushing forward. Yes, the Philippines has faced real political challenges. But as Kishore Mahbubani explains, those issues don't define the nation. They're just obstacles it continues to work through. Since the fall of the dictatorship in 1986, the country has made major strides toward democracy. And what's powerful is this. It's not just leaders driving that change. It's the people. Filipinos have shown time and time again that they believe in democracy. You see it in peaceful protests, in strong voter turnout, and in grassroots movements that refuse to stay silent. This isn't a nation sitting on the sidelines. From active civil society groups to NGOs tackling real issues, human rights, education, climate change, there's a constant push to build something better. It's a side of Filipino politics that rarely gets attention, but it's where real change is happening. And that's exactly the point. When the world focuses only on the drama, it misses the bigger picture. A country working hard toward progress, reform, and fairness. Because Filipino politics isn't just about controversy. It's about millions of everyday people showing up, speaking out, and shaping their future. At its core, the story of the Philippines, both at home and around the world, isn't one of failure. It's a story of resilience, hope, and determination. A story that deserves to be told completely, with all its struggles, its victories, and the unbreakable spirit that keeps pushing it forward.